I thought you wanted to wait till it kicks in. That's why
It's. I think we get it.
you just got it on a loop. That's,
It's like a 7-minute song.
I know, right?
I was willing to wait 3 minutes and 24 seconds. 3:25 is way too long.
There's no need for all that.
All that bullshit.
So, for those that you don't know, my name's Brian Williams. I'm gonna jump right into it. Did you know that a lot of servicemen, and Tim can vouch for this, that come home after serving their country have a hard time either finding work or getting their benefits, and they make up about anywhere from 150,000 to 200,000 of the homeless population. After they've gone out, served their country proud, they come back, they have nothing to look forward to. They have a hard time adjusting to, regular life. And I think it's kind of fucked up. I think it's fucked up what the country does to these people as far as their, service goes. They go out there, they're out there for 6 months to, sometimes even 2 years with little increments of seeing their family here and there. Tim knows this. He was a serviceman. It took him 3 years when he came back to get his benefits. I think that's too long. I have a friend. I'm the lowest, man. I can wait 3 years because I can still work.
People die waiting for those benefits to kick in.
Exactly.
So what are you doing, from the time they kick in for these guys who are 100% disabled, mentally and physically? What do you do in that 3 years where you're waiting to get benefits? What do you do?
And that's one of the things, because while these people are waiting for their benefits, their money, their aid, and all this shit to kick in so that they can either do something with themselves to not remember that. I have a really good friend, and this hits really close to home for me, because I have a really good friend. He suffers from PTSD. He just got a service dog not too long ago to help him with his PTSD. A lot of you, I'm pretty sure you hear about the service dogs and on the news and what good that program does for a lot of these people that come back.
Oh yeah.
It's sad to me that a country will ask you to go overseas to fight for an agenda, only to come home and there's no benefits for you. There's nothing for you. You have to wait in line like everyone else. Yet, fucking Juanita can fucking come over here, drop a few babies, come here illegally, get paid at the drop of a fucking hat. And the people that went and actually stood up for our beliefs and took care and put this country on their back, really, they don't get nothing. It's disgusting. Makes me sick. And I see this guy that I grew up with struggle. I just seen him last weekend. And the one thing that I notice, although he's the same guy, that guy's never going to be the same. Ever. No. Never going to fucking live a normal life. Talking to his wife. He's never going to have a normal, existence from now until that bell tolls.
And how could you expect to?
And how can you even expect to? And right now, as we speak, he's fighting for all his benefits. Now, why is that? No one knows. No one can answer that question. The people in charge.
And when they're asked, someone who's 60% disabled, you want to know how much they get a month in pension?
How much?
$800. 60% of their body disabled.
And that's lower than Social fucking Security.
That's a joke.
A month.
That's a fucking joke.
But if you do have kids, it goes up $176.
Yeah, depending on fucking what you.
Because that's how much kids cost.
Depending on what you're going to end up shelling out for insurance, if you can fucking afford that.
Married, it's multiple kids. It has to be 2 kids to make that money.
Yeah.
Not one kid will get you $800, and if you don't even have kids, it's like $740.
Yeah.
60%.
It's
You know,
horrible.
like, what's going on here? You know, I look around and I see all these people, you know, getting everything handed to them, except for the people that, I mean, shit, let's just call it what it is, really earned it. Because they really earned it. They went out there and had to scrape their homeboy off a Humvee, collecting body parts so they can put an American flag over a fucking coffin to send it back home so they can get buried with dignity. You gotta be kidding me. And I'm not trying to bring the mood of this down, but this is what's going on in our very own backyard. And me, for one, I've had enough of that shit.
I don't.
You know, this.
I don't think people are aware of like how many people are coming back and aren't getting the benefits that they thought that were going to be like guaranteed that they were getting. And I think the government kind of looks at it as you've come home and we don't need you anymore, and you're just going to fall back into the shuffle of life, and you're going to have to do a lot of paperwork and go through a lot of loops and jumps and hurdles and all that shit to get anything back from them, and they're okay with that because they don't need you anymore. They're on to the next war or the next whatever
the next
conquest.
agenda, you know, the next crusade, whatever they need to, you know.
Didn't they just finish like a really big, huge scale investigation on the VA benefits and like people waiting to see doctors dying from the condition that they had, and they found that there was like a horrible misuse of power and like doctors
VA funding
and
funding was
That's
a big thing, and doctors
yeah.
writing off saying, yeah, I saw the person, I told him come back in 6 months, when they hadn't seen him or heard or responded to their calls in 9 months or something like that. Like a lot of fucked up shit was going on, and these are vets.
Yeah, these are veterans. I see a lot of these guys like either out. There's this one in particular that I see, and that's probably really the only ones I'll give money to when he's out there with his sign. He sells stuff. He actually sells like pens and like you usually see him like off Wells Road over there, off in Satakoy. And he's usually selling pens, and he has his American flags out there, and I'm just like, man, and I'm like, God, the fact that he has to do that shit, not only did he go defend his country and shit, but now he has to come back and subject himself to that?
No.
What kind of shit is that?
Still trying to spread patriotism too.
Yeah, and I feel bad because I'm like, fuck, what do you do? What do you do? What can you do?
It's a system almost set up to fail because we go to war with these countries, and then half the country doesn't even agree with going to war with it.
In the first place.
Yeah, exactly. And so when you do come back, you're not getting this like in World War II when everybody came back, parades and everything, the kiss, all that stuff. It's not
you don't get that.
It's not like that anymore. Maybe like between families when you come back, but as far as the people, no, the people didn't even agree with the war. So it's almost, some people start looking at soldiers as the enemy, like our own soldiers, when, they're doing what they felt they had to do for their country, and it's not them.
I don't really think that's the case now, because most of the country is fucking duped into the whole 9/11 deal, and the people that are against the war, they feel sorry for the soldiers. I mean, in general,
small percentage of us that feel that way. I think most of the people got Fox News glued on their television, or
that too. So when the soldier comes back, they're calling them baby killers and whatnot.
And another thing, dude, they have these. I read this article. I just read the headline. I didn't read the article though. I read maybe a paragraph into it, but this congressman, he ended up voting for the war. He's like, yes, send these motherfuckers. So we got to go to war. And then when the bill came by to support veterans and early support, because they weren't, to some of the veterans that aren't getting their benefits right away, he's one of the people that denied it. Mm-hmm. And so you can't, in my opinion, these congressmen and women, they need to be held to the fire.
Yeah.
If you vote for the war, then you better help these motherfuckers that you cause to go there.
These guys come home with PTSD, shrapnel,
Bad.
losing limbs, and not to put him out there like completely, because I already talked to him. This guy wakes up with night terrors. I've witnessed him waking up from a nap when a scat bus, too loud drives by and he wakes up. What the fuck is that? Whoa, holding like ready to fucking go through some shit. And I'm like, damn, bruh. Like it didn't hit me until I got home that, damn, that's a problem.
And that's his normal life.
And then he's got to fight for his meds, his medical, all his benefits that he earned. Get the fuck out of here. That's a miscarriage of justice. Not some nigga getting shot for fucking being a bully, or some motherfucker getting choked out for selling cigarettes. That's a miscarriage of justice. So if you want to like go and tear up your own fucking shit, why don't you tear up your own shit with that?
Nobody's rioting over those
No one's
guys.
rioting over that shit. And these are family men, brothers, fathers, sons, and every fucking thing in between. Give me a break. I'm Brian Williams.
Is that your thing now? Give me
Give
a break. Is that like your... And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Is that your thing?
That's my shit.
Hey.